Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks D&D Devotion. Hey, Cass, how's it going?
Hello. I'm well. I just hiked a mountain. How are you?
I am good. I see you are in costume for today,
I
somewhat.
am. I
Mm.
have been in costume all week long, actually.
Really? What's been going on that has you in costume?
I've been Santa's elf. I've been playing Santa's elf this week.
Mm.
I've been uh, I've been helping out Santa, gifting things a little bit, and doing some holiday cards on stream.
How cool.
Yeah. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah. I have nothing interesting to say about myself whatsoever.
No worries.
So, where did we leave off with Cass?
I believe we were headed back to Bridge Light with me and oh my gosh, why am I blanking?
What is that guy's name?
Guy with Guy. I for some reason wanted to say Bash. And I was like,
No,
wait a minute. No.
Bash is his other friend that
I
you guys
know,
wouldn't
but
let
that's
into your band, and so he.
yeah.
Hmm. Well, cool. So here you are in Half Hill with Bash. You guys just
Yes.
wandered in yesterday. And you are a scant few days away from Bridgelight. It's maybe take you one day. It'll probably take you 2.5 days to get to Bridgelight. So as you and Guy are leaving Half Hill in the morning, he starts asking you questions. So like, Kess, are you figured out what you're gonna do, man?
Well, I think I think I I think I know the right thing to do, but my heart's still like, I don't know. I'm getting the nervous butterflies in my stomach right now. It wasn't
Really?
ever this complicated when I was growing up, and things with 11th were never this complicated. But I guess things that are worth fighting for might be. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but I feel in my heart that I have to.
Yeah, man, I totally get that. Like, whatever's in your heart is like the truth for you, and so you gotta go chase that truth down, man. Like, no matter where it leads you.
Do you
Yeah,
think I'm making a mistake?
if you're following your heart, you're never making a mistake.
But I mean, I guess the thing that's the hardest to get over is that, I mean, I just found out he's marrying this woman. Like,
I mean, yeah, but like, there are a lot of good love songs about out there about like people who are about to get married, but then like their true love shows up and like, you know, helps them, prevents them from like making a terrible mistake.
but if I was his true love, why didn't he trust me? Why didn't he stick around?
And like shit happens. No one's perfect. Like, we're not gods. I mean,
Yeah.
no one's kind of, like most people are just like, we all fuck up. No one's, and that's why you gotta have like
Yeah.
someone you love is like someone's got your back. So like when you mess up, they'll like help you fix your mistakes, right? Like Ransom's not a perfect dude. You're not a perfect girl. Like
Yeah.
we all.
I keep thinking back to that time where Ransom was put under a potion, and that's why he, would look at other women and stuff like that. And then this happened without a potion. I keep hoping that somehow magic or something was used and everything could go back to normal.
Do you ever think that like maybe the potion had after effects that like stuck with him?
Hmm. That's a good question. I don't know.
Because like
It just seems,
I don't know anything about magic. Like maybe potions have side effects. Like even if you fix it, like like if I get injured and then my arm heals, like I might still have a sore arm. So like maybe if he drinks a love potion, like maybe he's just forever kind of like loosey goosey in the head.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But then, I mean, he seems so sure about. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know how it is when you first meet somebody and you like just, you know, go gaga with them, I guess.
Yeah, and you're just like having sex all the time, like all the fucking time. Yeah.
Guy, that's not what I was talking about.
You
Jeez.
said went gaga. Like what else do you
Like feelings. I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
Jeez,
Yeah.
guy, get your mind out of the gutter.
Dude, it's been a long time since I've like been
Well,
physically
you
intimate
had a chance
with another.
my aunt.
Oh my god, she scares me. She really
And what
scares
about
me.
the inn that we stopped into at the tavern? Hasn't
Yeah.
been that long.
No, it hasn't been, but before that it had been a long time.
Jeez.
Not to say that like Guy and Ransom and Rhonda have been having a lot of sex. They probably haven't. No.
Thanks for that image that I don't want in my mind, Guy. I thought you were supposed to be helping me here.
I mean, you know, like you gotta face the truth, man, right? You don't want to go into anything blind, right? You gotta be prepared for every outcome.
Meanwhile, over here, I'm practically abstinent.
Yep. I mean, not for like a lack of options, though. Like, this is the choice you've made.
Well, I don't want to sleep with just everyone.
Well, I'm not saying you should.
I'm not my mother.
Well, hey, yeah, and I ain't your mother either. Like, I've been abstinent alongside you, except for, you know, a couple days ago. That was pretty good. But, like, aside from that, like, I haven't slept with anyone since we've met. You know, you've had way more sex than I've had in the time that we've been friends.
Well, I was in a relationship,
well,
of
yeah,
course.
Just saying. There's options, man. Like, it's okay. Whatever. You know, like I find
it means more for me to do that with somebody I love, not just with anybody. I don't know how I ended up that way though, and my mother is just apparently sleeping around everywhere.
I mean, yeah, but like it's a valid lifestyle too, you know, like you gotta follow what's in your heart. And if your heart says
yes, I'm not knocking it for anyone else. I'm just saying it's not my style.
All right, cool. You are pretty different from the rest of your family, though. Like, I can sort of see how your mom and your brother are pretty similar, but you're pretty different from them. So, like, what gives? Why do you think you're so different from the rest of your family?
I don't know. I was closer to some other family, and they weren't like that. They taught me, I guess, really good values, and not to say that my family doesn't have good values, but I just have different values from them. But then again, look where those got me. Here I am chasing after. I don't know,
man. I feel like one day someone's gonna write the love song of Kess and Ransom, and it's gonna be the greatest song that's ever been written.
Maybe it'll be you who writes it. Maybe you and Bash will end up together again, and then you can write the song for us.
I will write a song. I don't know if it's going to be the best, but like I'll probably do like 10 or 12 different renditions of like this story, you know? Totally do that. What do you want your
10 different versions of this story?
What do you want your song name to be? Because I can't call you Kess, right? It's got to have that like anonymous factor. What do you want your stage name to be, or your song name to be?
Something that means life.
Like, what about if we called you Cassandra?
I mean, if that's what you want to call me, it's your song.
So that's a no then. Got it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's part of my name and another name. I mean, it needs to either be something completely different or just use my name.
Okay.
That's fine.
Something that means life. All right. Think about that.
Okay.
You spend another day and change getting closer to Bridgelight. until you make camp very near to the road and bridge that leads over Lake Edric to Bridge Light. Whoops. You guys are making camp the last night that you're going to make camp until you get to your destination. You settle down kind of near the Sun Lake. There's another little campsite 150 feet or so down the lake shore from where you guys are staying. Guy gets a little fire going. You catch some fish or something to make for food. And the two of you have one final night out in the woods, or night out in the wilderness together. What is the typical night with you and Guy like? You know, you've been on the road for a couple of weeks together for open lands, and how do you guys behave in the evenings?
I think we're really respectful of each other. We take turns making food and make sure we get enough to eat. You know, sometimes if we have to, huddle a little for warmth, it's just more of a friendship that we've developed. And yeah, we just chat. I think we play some little, games here and there, and we just chat about life and, talk about things that are on our mind. So with me being, going after Ransom, I've been talking a lot about that and my feelings and kind of like processing them through, and he's just more listening. And then he's talking about, I don't know, what is he talking about?
Oh, he's always talking about this new song idea that he has, and it's usually like he's got the first 5 lines of a song and a little bit of a melody, but that's kind of it. And he seems to never finish writing any of the songs that he comes up with. But every night it's like, oh, I've been thinking about this song all day. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. It goes like, do-do-do-do-do, I got you. And like, it just goes like that for a while. And then the next day he'll have a completely different song. And he's like, no, that one's a piece of shit. I totally scrapped it. I'm doing this new great thing. And he just like never commits to any one particular thing. And
hey, Guy.
Yeah, man.
What? Why is it... I've noticed every night you come up with something different, music-wise. What are you afraid of?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're not following through on any of your songs. Why not stick with one and work on it?
I wouldn't say that I'm, like, afraid. I'm just, like...
Are you sure?
I'm just so inspired that, like, I just keep moving on to new things because, like, just the inspiration wells up from inside of me. You know, I got too much good to write it all down.
I know, but if you never finish anything, then you have nothing finished.
Well, that's because, like, the first part of the song is always, like, the best part. And then, like, it's...
What about the song you did on the ship? You finished that. It was really good.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's really great to start something, but don't you want to finish one and be able to play it sometime?
I mean, yeah, but every time I like finish something and like try and present it, I feel like nobody likes it.
That's not true. We loved your song on the ship. You're getting better every day. It's just going to take time.
You liked my song on the ship, but Kellen didn't really seem to appreciate it.
Kellen appreciates it, but Kellen, he's kind of in his head sometimes. And he's been through a lot this year,
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I just kind of feel like the first part of my songs are the part that everyone else enjoys, but finishing things is so final, I don't want to ever reach the end. I always just want to stay on the journey and on the path and just keep traveling. Completion's such a hard stop. It's such
Well, just because you complete something doesn't mean you're finished with it forever. I mean, you can finish one song and then you keep going with another song, but
Like a sequel song, like the same
yeah,
song part 2. Ooh, I could do like a
yeah,
series
like
of
another
songs.
chapter,
Oh,
like another chapter. But I understand the journey is very important, of course. You know, oftentimes we learn many things on a journey, but I don't want you to keep running from things. Like I feel like you're running from finishing something when, you know, you're talented. You have to be, what's the word? Just, you have to believe in yourself. You can do this. Okay? I want you to stick with one song and try to finish it. Don't be afraid what people are going to think, you know? We weren't always the best musicians, and sometimes we still have shows that don't go the best. But that's okay. We put ourselves out there. And that's the important part, putting yourself out there. And at least you did it. Then you don't have to think of what if.
He looks right through you, just nods. Yeah. You gotta finish it. Otherwise, what if? Alright. So that night wraps up. And you set out on the road the next day. You cross the bridge over Lake Edric. This beautiful wooden bridge that's like impossibly built. You know, it's maybe a couple miles long, and it's got all of these pylons in it, and it's the sort of bridge that you maybe might find in like modern times, but since this is medieval era technology, it's a wonder how this thing could possibly even exist. It's probably created with the help of magic. And it's got all these colored lanterns hanging from all the sides of it. And the water below is clear, and there's fish swimming, and they're kind of like hanging out underneath the bridge because they know people toss food over all the time. So there's brightly colored fish all over the place. There's kids running up and down the bridge, travelers walking over it on their, riding over it with their ox carts. And you guys start walking into town, and you notice that, surprisingly, Guy is actually starting to, like, get nervous and, like, sweat a little bit.
Guy, what's wrong?
No, man, like, it's time to start looking for Bash. I'm a little nervous.
I hear you. I'm so nervous to run into Ransom.
You too?
I'm so nervous. I feel like, I don't know, it's just very nerve-wracking. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm...
All right, well, before we get in, he, like, stops you guys in the middle of the bridge. Before we get there, let's,
I admire the bridge.
let's go over our battle plan, right?
Okay.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Okay.
Now that I'm here, I don't know what I'm doing.
You gotta find Ransom, step 1, right? Find him. Then what's step 2? Like, when you find him, what do you say?
I don't know.
We've been on the road for like 2 weeks, man. Like, you don't know what you're gonna say yet?
I thought I knew what I was going to say, but now I'm so nervous, and it's I don't know. I'm scared.
He comes over and, like, gives you a hug. He's like, it's okay. You can be scared. You can be scared, but, like, you gotta want it, right? So, like, what are you gonna say to him? Are you gonna, like, walk up and grab him roughly and throw him into a dip and kiss him? Or are you gonna be like...
I don't think I can dip Ransom.
He's kind of a big guy and kind of heavy. Yeah, okay, I get that. All right, so... All right. So, are you gonna... Like, what are you gonna... Like, come on. Spitball some ideas here.
Well, I could tell him how I feel.
That's always a good start, yeah. So, talk to me like I'm Ransom. But don't kiss me, okay? That's too weird. How do you feel?
I couldn't kiss you, Guy. You're like my brother.
Yeah, well, good. All right. So, like, talk to me like I'm Ransom. What are you gonna say to him? Hey, Cass. I'm Ransom, your handsome swordsman. It's good to see you again.
I don't know. This feels weird.
Come
I
on.
can't see Ransom. Okay. Ransom, I think we need to talk.
Talk with words. Yes, I do that.
No, this is too weird.
Dude, stop backing out of it. You're just being afraid. You just told me last night that I shouldn't be afraid. So now you have to not be afraid. Come on, come on.
I've been doing a lot of thinking over the last few weeks, and I shouldn't have let you go.
Well, what should you have done then?
This is so weird to talk to you about this.
Fine, forget it. Forget it.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to tell you, it's just that it just needs to come from the heart. I don't really want to rehearse it.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna do the old, like, just wing it and hope it all works out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well then, I guess there's no delaying it. Let's go find Ransom.
Can we just stand here for a moment and look at the bridge? It's quite beautiful, and I think it would help ease myself for a minute.
Sure. Two of you stop for a little while, looking out over the water, the little ripples here and there, even small waves. Various people pass back and forth across the bridge, bringing supplies to and from Bridge Light. It's a favorite hangout spot for locals that like to get away from town, but not too far away from town, but like out over the water. So you'll see maybe 100 and 200 feet down the road, down the bridge, there's another couple, or a couple over there, kind of plopped on the railing, having a little picnic with some bread and cheese between them and wine glasses on the other side as hearts go back and forth. Down the other way, there's a family kind of showing their little children how to go fishing with little bits of just twine and a hook and holding it out over the bridge trying to catch things. Carts pass back and forth, some with food, some with worked goods, some with little bits of artisanal supplies. A cart comes by carrying bodies, the dead, and a group of soldiers pass over the bridge.
I look at the couple that's having the picnic, and my heart just kind of like sinks for a second because I think of a memory that when we did that. All right, here goes nothing. I look to Guy.
You can do this, man.
Yeah. Well, I hope you find Bash.
I hope he forgives me. I totally blew off his friendship to go chase after some guy.
Yeah, we all make mistakes, but you know, a true friend will forgive you.
I hope so.
A true friend would be there for you. And you know better for now, you know?
Yeah, bros before bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
The two of you make your way into town, crossing the bridge and entering Bridge Light itself. The town is bustling as it can be. What are you guys doing? Where are you going? Where's your first stop in looking for Ransom?
Gosh, my first stop. Well, I guess he would be at the castle with, you know, Kelbell and her. But I don't know. I think I kind of check the local taverns first, and then kind of walk, because me and me and Ransom used to do a lot of walking, so I think maybe I'll run into him somewhere.
Sure. So you start walking around. You find yourselves... God, I've got too many notebooks and I don't know where my Misscliks notes are. I can't remember the names of the taverns in this place. Is it called the Donut? One of these places has a place called the Donut, and I don't remember if it's this town or a different town.
I want to see us, but I'm not entirely sure.
I think that was called the Donut. You guys find yourselves back at the Donut in Bridgelight. That was definitely in High Meadow. What the hell is this place called? You find yourself at the tavern that you performed here at Bridgelight. Way back when. It's gotta be in this notebook.
I think also as I'm walking around too, outside of the taverns, here and there when there's less people, I pull out my ocarina and I play it lightly.
Any particular song or any particular melody?
No, just more of a solemn tune. I just am like one of those that kind of like you would recognize it if you knew me, because I played it a lot growing up. So I play that tune.
Okay. Kind of a nameless, shapeless tune.
Yeah.
Okay.
I come upon the first tavern though, and I go in and I make friends with the bar. I guess if it's a tavern we've been in before, then I would know the bartenders.
Yeah, you recognize the bartender on duty today. It is the owner's daughter. Her name is Forrest. Maybe a bit of an odd name for a girl, but that's what her parents named her.
Hey Forrest, how are you?
She cocks her head to the side. My God, is that Cass
It is.
Ethliel? I haven't seen you in a Forest Gnome's lifetime. Yeah.
I give her a hug.
She leans over the bar, embracing you as well. Are you and your brother in town to play?
Well, not exactly. I don't know if my brother's here. Well, I don't know. But I'm here, and, I kind of have a little bit of a quiet thing to ask you, if you don't mind.
Please.
Have you seen Ransom around?
Ransom.
He's the guy that used to be with us, the bodyguard.
There is a Ransom in town, but it's probably a different Ransom. It's a very common name.
It's probably the one.
No, because if I seem to recall correctly, Ransom was the guy whose shoulder you were hanging on, right?
Yes.
This Ransom got to be a different one. He's currently engaged to one of the noble ladies in town.
I grab the closest drink and I take a drink.
Some guy's like, "Hey, that's my drink!" Bartender kind of waves him away and begins pouring another one. Slides it down to him.
Yes, that would be the Ransom.
Well, yeah, he's around. They went off to Sky Peak earlier today, or yesterday.
Where's that?
It's that big mountain to the south where they have the mithril mine at the top.
Oh. Do you know what their business was there?
I think the place had been attacked by monsters and they were gonna go save it. She pours you your own drink now, so that you'll stop stealing other people's. Sweetie, are you okay?
To be honest, no. But hopefully I will be after this trip here. I'm, I'm hesitant to say anything. I'm kind of on a little bit of a journey and a mission, and I don't know how things are going to go, so I'm a little nervous.
Well, you're not here for the wedding then, are you?
No, I'm not.
Are you here to stop the wedding?
I quickly take a drink. I do this to her.
Well, and without the support of your brother, it seems like you guys have taken a wild turn.
No, it's not that I don't have the support from my brother. It's that I kind of came here without warning, and, I don't know if my brother is... I wish my brother was here, for sure. It would make this so much easier, but I don't think my brother would agree with what I'm doing. And, well, it's not my norm to be doing what I'm doing, but I'm trying to do things differently in hopes to... it's a long story.
She nods, sort of fulfilling drink requests for other people while just listening to you. Puts her elbows on the table and looks at you and goes, "Looks like you someone to chat to?"
Yeah, I could. And I just kind of spill everything to her about what's been going on.
She sits back, kind of nodding every now and then, giving you little bits of encouragement when you find it hard to speak. At the end of it, she pushes herself up from the bar, pours a pair of shots, puts one in front of you and one in front of her, takes it, and goes, "So, that is a hell of a story."
Yeah, and, well, I feel in my heart... there's so many different... everybody's gonna say something different, but I don't want to be the what if, And I think he's making a mistake. And, I don't think we would have gone through everything we went through if we weren't meant to be together.
I seem to recall the two of you traveling with a cleric, right? A cleric of Reluna? Goddess of Passion?
Yes.
Did you talk to her about it? If she's got the ear of the gods and, who can get information from them about passionate things, maybe... Do you think that she might have any useful insight, or think that a god of passion would just be pretty one-sided and tell you to go for it?
I don't know, actually. But, most people say go for it. And then, of course, all the women I speak to say, oh, once a cheater, always a cheater, and not to go back to him. But...
Well, we all know that's not true.
Yeah.
Right? I met this guy His name was Edric, named after the lake. Of course, there's a lot of boys in this town named Edric. It's a very common name. To be honest, I actually kind of feel like it's not that great of a name. But they're all in favor of it for some reason. Anyway, so I'm seeing this guy named Edric. We knew each other from when we were young. We lived down the street from each other. We used to like play kid games together all the time. Break into our parents' bedrooms and like play dress up and that sort of stuff. Anyway, we're a little bit older. He's working as a deckhand on one of the fishing boats out in the lake. I'm working in here in my parents' tavern, and he asked me out, and we start going out on these long boat rides on the lake, and we start flirting and start getting together.
Yes.
And then one day I get off work and I try and go down early to surprise him down by the docks. And I see him out on a boat with another girl.
Oh, no.
I know, it was... To be honest, I mean, heart started racing. I felt my face like get really tight, but I didn't move I wasn't changing my face, but I just felt everything get all tense. My hands got really sweaty. And so I go down to the docks, and as they're coming back in, because I sort of just sat and watched them for a while until they came back to shore, because I had to see what was going on. And sure enough, while they're out on the boat, they were kissing and all that jazz. So I approached him about it, and right in front of the girl, and had a chat with him. She took off because she was all like, "Edric, you didn't tell me you were seeing someone else," and blah 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 blah. And she just she wasn't into it. And we had a pretty big fight. But that was 3 years ago. And we're still together.
Wow,
and
really?
Yeah, like it was hard. For a long time I didn't really trust him. Every time he would like go out overnight on a long voyage, I always got really worried and was like, I would spend my evenings down at the docks waiting to see if he got home, and then go home for a few hours of sleep and wake up really early and see when it was that he came back and who he was with. But after a long time, like,
dreadful.
No, but that's the thing, is that it didn't happen again. It was, I mean, it's a longer story than I'm sure you care to hear, but it really was a mistake. It really was, I'm getting caught up. It was another girl. Her father worked down by the docks too, but she worked in town. And they met up. They had been hanging out. They were out on the boat together. They had the common like boat things and knew the nautical terms. And I was always in the bar, so I don't know how to do a half top knot loop or a fisherman's wharf tie or whatever they're called, and just like eventually they just had a little bit of chemistry, and he lost sight of what he was really interested in and got distracted by this other thing that had some chemistry with them. And it was an honest to goodness mistake that time,
And that's what I thought Ransom may realize, but then I found out he's getting married. So I don't know if I'm making a mistake coming back.
Well, you'll find out, dear. You'll do well. Do you know where he is?
I have no idea.
Do you know where?
I don't want to run into her. I was just hoping to hopefully speak to him.
Well, I could scrounge up our kitchen boy and have him go run down to the keep and see if Ransom's there for you.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah? Jimmy! Little Jimmy, get over here! He calls. A kid shows up and he gives him a talking to about, you need to go to the keep and ask if Ransom's there, and, and she hands him a copper coin from behind the bar. And be like, just find out if he's there, because he's got, there's, sweetie, what should I call you? An old friend looking for him?
don't know.
Just say there's an old friend looking for ransom, hanging out over at the yellow door. That's
That would be better.
Okay, and just go see if he's there. Go. And little Jimmy takes off, coppercorn in hand, leaving you here at the yellow door by yourself. Because you look around and you notice Guy's gone. He's probably gone to look for Bash already or something.
I leave her a note of where I'll be, and I'm like, I think I need to sit down somewhere. And I give her a note of where I'll be, and I leave. And I thank her for her time and for listening, and I give her a hug.
Okay. You are back in the town of Bridgelight by yourself.
I go to a point where me and Ransom have watched the sunset there. And I just sit and I sit and wait.
Okay. An hour later or so, little Jimmy comes up to you, tapping you on the shoulder, and says, "Sorry, he wasn't there. They said he went for a walk and didn't come home."
It's weird. I wonder if he's okay. Thank you anyways, Jimmy. I really appreciate it. Is he like a little boy or an adult?
Yeah, no, he's a little boy. He's like...
Okay, I pat him then on the shoulder.
Yeah, like 9 or 10 or something.
Okay.
Okay.
I just sit there and I sit there and just watch as the day goes on, and I just do some thinking, and that's it.
You're sitting on that nice rounded hillside right before the lake, barely near to the bridge, but not so close to it that you're anywhere near the traffic that's coming and going. And as you're watching, you see, as the sun's near to setting, Bash and Guy walking along the bridge together, chatting.
This warms my heart, and I just feel for a few moments happiness for them, and just glad that they were able to work stuff out. Do they see me at all? Does Guy see me?
They're walking away from you right now.
Okay.
And they don't head out too far on the bridge. They go like 1,000 feet or so, and then slowly turn around and start coming back in your direction. The sun's getting pretty close to setting, and it's setting kind of behind them, so you could probably wave and catch their attention if you wanted.
I don't. I leave them be. They have much to discuss.
Yeah. Yeah. They end up turning around and walking back into the town as the sun sets over the lakeside and over the bridge. And eventually it's gotten to the point where, what are you going to do? Just like put it off for another day and put it off for another day and put it off for another day? It's time.
Well, yeah. I don't know where to find him is the problem. Because he didn't return home after walking.
Well, you've been here for a while now. You've been out by the lake for hours.
Well, I turn in for the night.
Okay.
And
as you get up to turn in, you see a familiar silhouette making its way in your direction, sort of coincidentally. And when we come back, I think we will have the conclusion of our... I don't know. We'll find out what we have when we come back, because I don't even know what's going on at this point. No longer my story. See you guys on the other side of our break.